Okay, I'm going to read the chapter. It's too dark here. Chapter 8 from Ekiv, Deuteronomy, Devarim, chapter 8. So, all the mitzvot is a commandments. I am giving you today, you are to take care to obey, so that you will live. Increase your numbers, enter and take possession of the land Jehovah swore about to your ancestors. You are to remember everything of the way in which Jehovah led you these 40 years in the desert. Humbling and testing you in order to know what was in your heart. So Jehovah is testing our heart, whether you would obey His mitzvot or not. He humbled you, allowing you to become hungry, and then feed you with manna, which neither you nor your ancestors had ever known, to make you understand that a person does not live on food alone, but on everything that comes from the mouth of Jehovah. During these 40 years, the clothing you were wearing didn't grow old, and your feet didn't swell up. Think deeply about it. Jehovah was disciplining you, just as a man disciplines his child. So obey the mitzvot of Jehovah your Elohim, living as He directs and fearing Him. For Jehovah your Elohim is bringing you into a good land, a land with streams, springs, and water welling up from the depths in the valleys on the hillside. It is a land of wheat and barley, grapevines, fig trees, and pomegranates, a land of olive oil, and honey, a land where you will eat food in abundance and lack nothing in it, a land where the stones contain iron and the hills can be mined for copper. So you will eat and be satisfied, and you will bless Jehovah your Elohim for the good land He has given you. Be careful not to forget Jehovah your Elohim by not obeying His mitzvot, rulings, and regulation that I am giving you today. Otherwise, after you have eaten and are satisfied, built fine houses and live in them, and increase your herds, flocks, silver, gold, and everything else you own, you will become proud-hearted, forgetting Jehovah your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, where you live as slaves, who lead you through the vast and fearsome desert, with its poisonous snakes, scorpions, and waterless, thirsty ground, who brought water out of flint rock for you, who feed you in the desert with manna unknown to your ancestors, all the while humbling and testing you in order to do good in the end. You will think to yourself, my own power and strength of my own hand have gotten me this wealth. No, you are to remember Jehovah your Elohim, because it is He who is giving you the power to get wealth in order to confirm His covenant, which He swore to your ancestors, as is happening even today. If you forget Jehovah your Elohim, follow other gods and serve and worship them, I am warning you in advance today that you will certainly perish. You will perish just like the nation that Jehovah is causing to perish ahead of you, because you will not have heeded the voice of Jehovah your Elohim. So that was the chapter 8. I remember the story from this, who trusts all his wealth from.
But this is what happened with Israel today. They trust themselves.
Trust in their wealth.
Yeah.
I want to make sure to share with you the story. Before we met Sherry, I had a Christian chat. He's rich because he's from Germany, and he said to me that he had owned a resort in Thailand, and when I talked to him about that, oh, you have to be thankful because at this time I was a Christian, born again Christian. So you have to be thankful that Elohim, God, at this time, Lord or Lord, at this time that provide you all this. But he said to himself, he trusts himself. He said, "This is my strength to even get this become rich." This is what he said to me, and I was hurt from that. Go, how can you cannot acknowledge at this time? I don't know Jehovah or Jehovah Elohim because I was a born again Christian. So how can you say to yourself like that you trust yourself to able you don't there is Elohim who able to give you to make you wealth. As I said here in the chapter 8 that he is the one who give power for you to get all the wealth. He trusted that. So I was when I after the chat we had chatted we had I feel really sad, and it really I really had tears because my sadness was because he didn't acknowledge Elohim, that it is come from Elohim his strength to able to build this resort he has owned. So after that I put by side, and of course he's still a friendship at this time, a Yahoo Messenger. So chatting for that. So he was my friend at this time. So when I came after some few days, it was happened that the tsunami, if you remember the tsunami in Indonesia, Phuket, Thailand, also, who flooded all this place there it is in Thailand, Indonesia, if you remember. And I didn't realize that that place he had was affected, that the resort he had there was affected. So one day he came to me and said, you know what, my resort in the, we didn't realize what he has talked to me before. my resort was totally destroyed from all this tsunami. So it was something, I don't know if I have to happy or you cannot be happy for, of course you are not happy because no, I was just very sad and with a bit upset because you're so boastful with yourself that you are able, you see, in one day, because you don't acknowledge Elohim for what the accomplishment you have. So what's happened in just one, not even one day, it was one day he was totally lost. So this is why he said in chapter 8, don't say that, because he said that one day you will say in yourself that I am the one who get this power, strength to make able wealth. Yeah. This is what Jehovah said in chapter 8. Have you remember what I have read? You see?
This is what happened with us in the small scale in his life. All what we got, you see, we got it by step. You see, now we have a lot. We have our relatives are living there without problem.
So you see, always acknowledge Elohim, whatever small things, from small things you can be to the big things. You always acknowledge and thankful for all the strength he has given you, for all the capacity he has given you, for all the blessing financially, that he's able to, he provide you for something, for a reason. So don't never forget the goodness of Elohim in our life, that he's there, he's in control for everything. So be thankful, and because he's happy to give, that we give glory to him in everything, what achievement we got. So that's all for my commentary on chapter 8, Deuteronomy chapter 8, Parasha Ekiv. So I say shalom and bye.